You just sound greedy.
Welcome to the No Breaks Network, your home for education and entertainment, righteousness and ratchetness, where we are never content with just content. No breaks.
You have to make it. What up, All right, JB, introduce this podcast for me. Kickback, guys! JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's A Pod Named Kickback. A Pod Named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome back to A Pod Named Kickback. It is like a Tribe Called Quest because we do and we must always say the whole thing. I am no breaks new, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people.
Not the special effects.
I had to, slice it up this week. It's a special week.
Hey, y'all, it's Get Fit with Jacq and you snatch. Okay, y'all, summer's right around the corner, so I don't know what y'all doing. If you ain't did nothing by now, I don't know what the plan is, but you better have a plan because summer is around the corner. And it's been, here in Atlanta, it's been hot. It's been showing that summer is here. So let's get it together, get that mind right, get that body right. Let's go.
For real. Y'all want to get slim like me now. Come on, y'all want to get in shape. I better listen to Jacq. Get
it
right.
must have been popping, y'all. Muscles popping over there.
Popping. Now let's get right into it because we are going to have a quick show this evening. We're not going to rob you of anything, but we're going to get through this in and out like a robbery. You know what I'm talking about? So let's go with our high lows.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
You want to go first, Jacq?
I'll go first. So I did have a high. It's actually very simple, but you know, I'm on my spiritual manifestation, all that. So at the gas station, and this lady next to me, her nails were so long she couldn't undo her gas cap. So I had to undo her gas cap. Because first I just seen her looking around, and I was just like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "I'm just so embarrassed. My nails are so long, I can't undo my gas cap." So I had to do her gas cap. And she was just like, "You don't understand. I just, you know what? You're going to be blessed today. Somebody's going to bless you today." And right after that, I was blessed, like immediately. It was crazy. But the low is this weather. What is going on between the rain and the mugginess? And all of the lights like on Old National and stuff. I think it's the Rick Ross thing got cut short because there was a lot of traffic on 138 by his house, and it was raining, trees were down, all the traffic lights were out. So just this weather. So I hope you guys are staying safe out there.
Yeah, for sure. I know last night it was like
hey, Big KC.
What up, Bacon Burger Dog? Let me see. Were you done?
Yeah.
Okay. My high of the week. I've been getting constant reminders of my greatness. I ain't been asking for it. I ain't been
talking about.
It's just been thrown to me like, don't you forget, nigga. Don't you ever forget. You better keep remembering.
Right.
And so it just made me feel like the best version of myself. So I just been feeling good.
Right.
My low is only that it's only 7 days in a week. Can I get an 8th day? I need one more day.
No. We're trying to subtract. We ain't trying to add.
True. But that's about it, man. Right before we got started, I was talking to one of the homies back home, and just talking about life and how things been going. And he was like, "Oh, look at you, like you glowing, nigga. Like you look like you feel good." I was like, I guess. Like, nah, dog. Last time I talked to you, you weren't looking like that. And I was like, okay, good. I'll take it. Right. I'll take it.
So us ladies, we call that he's glowing. Glow, right? That is your glow, and that's when people can see what you've been working on the inside. Pretty much, that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Your aura.
That's right. So congratulations, sir, because you've been going through it, and look where you are now. Because you didn't stop.
No breaks. No damn breaks. And okay, this is going to be an interesting conversation. This was almost my low, just because how this things went on social media. But it wound up being a very good conversation. I think a lot of people learned some things, including me. Now I want to bring it to you guys. So we get into, I'll let Tupac introduce this segment, which is our kickback conversation of the week.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
So we sparking the brains that's going to change the world. It's our job. I want to talk about this Haley Bailey versus DDG, and what turned into a discussion about postpartum. Now, we know that they were going through their different struggles and different issues with each other. She had filed a restraining order against him. He, in turn, filed a restraining order asking that she couldn't take their child out of the country for 2 months to film a movie. What he, in his argument to have his case won, he mentioned the fact that there were some disturbing text messages, that she had threatened to kill herself. She had threatened to harm herself in a car while the baby was in the car with her. She made several mentions that if I die, it's going to be your fault. He's texting her saying, you stole my gun. What are you doing with my gun? If you don't bring my gun back, I'm going to call the police because I know what you've been talking about doing. And you got my son. And he just sounds very upset. Like, answer the phone. Like, you know, and then she's telling him, oh, you cheating on me with this girl. You're going to be the reason that I'm dead. It's just disturbing things. And then he had video pictures of where he says she stabbed him. And I'm like, damn, the Little Mermaid stabbed you? Like, shit. Like, what is going on? And I saw a couple women go, that's just her postpartum, man. And he making a big deal out of it. And I was like, excuse me? That's postpartum? They're like, yes. And I'm like, well, whatever it is, that's still a big, you can't be stabbing people. And so I made a post that said, if postpartum will have you stabbing people, stealing guns, and threatening to kill yourself and your child, postpartum sounds a lot like crazy. And everybody was up in arms. Oh my God, did you say that? And there was a lot of women that were saying to me, postpartum is crazy. Well, why did you say it? And I'm like, why can't I say it? Who's this the issue? Because I'm a man. And I'll get into that part later. But what I learned is that I think they were being dismissive. I do. But the greater scheme is that what I learned is postpartum depression or psychosis can make you do those things. Doesn't make those things right. Doesn't make them excusable. It doesn't make them acceptable. It doesn't, matter of fact, it doesn't make them non-criminal. You know what I'm saying? She can go to jail for half of that shit. But what I learned is when a woman goes through postpartum, it has the ability to really chemically alter her, make her imbalanced. There's been cases of hallucinations where she's just not at her best. She's not in her right mind, and anything can happen. And I had a lot of brave women come on my posts and share their particular stories. I had a woman that said that she was telling people, I need help. Something's wrong. Like, I'm having these crazy thoughts and nobody was listening. And they were like, oh, it's just, you just pregnant. It's just, you know, dealing with the baby. You just stressed. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And she said she was having suicidal and homicidal thoughts and nobody was paying her any mind. And it was starting to get worse till she was able to get herself out of it, or I don't know exactly how she did it, but it subsided to some degree. And that's scary to me. Jacq, I want to get your thoughts on this, being as though you are a woman who has children. But I do want to say, my post was never to be combative. It was sheer disbelief. Like, postpartum did all that. And now that I know that it is true, it is very unfortunate. But I came up, the last thing I want to say before I toss it to you, Jacq, is I was like, actually, I'll save that. I'm going to toss it to you now. We'll get back to that. I would say first, can you, from your view, can you explain to us what postpartum is, the way you understand it? And then take anywhere you want to go from there.
Gotcha. I personally didn't experience it myself, but I do have family and friends that have. And I don't know if you guys remember, and I'm speaking a lot to the men, because a lot of times when we don't understand or we don't have a clear view of what is going on because we haven't experienced ourselves, which men will never experience, it can come off as crazy. Now, I don't want that to trigger anybody, because that's it triggers people with that when you say that crazy, the word crazy, because a lot of women are passed off as being crazy instead of being diagnosed having postpartum depression. So a lot of things are being passed off as being crazy. Like now, crash out. Everybody uses that term, very loosely, but that's a real term, because that's a lot of times when you do that, it's to the extreme of where you need professional help. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when they had the case where the woman microwaved her own baby. She was suffering postpartum depression. She didn't want to do that. She loved her kids. The other woman, Susan Smith, that drove her kids into the river. Postpartum depression. So it's a lot of cases that we blow over or we hear about and we forget about, where these women are going through these hormonal imbalances, chemical imbalances. For the men that are watching right now, it's just like if you are just at your lowest and somebody just keep kicking you, and instead of you getting the help and you're asking for help, they're just like, oh no, you're just crazy. That's how it feels to a woman when you say that, when she's going through that and she's asking for help. My take on this whole situation, I do not like, and I will never support any men out there that take this and display it to the world to make that person look bad, because that person is already in a bad place. For me, if DDG really had a great concern about her with all of this, he should have taken the steps before it hit the internet, before they're going through a bad space right now, when they were in a good space, when he was there supporting her, when he's putting the son on all social media and all of that. He should have been taking the steps to take that seriously when she was telling him that I need help. Because a lot of times when we do tell people we need help, we get brushed off. We get brushed off because, for one, he may have thought, oh, you strong, you the Little Mermaid, you this, you that, like you should be able to handle all this. Having a baby, a lot of men think, oh, you just had a baby, like you're strong. You had a whole child, a whole human. Like, why are you dealing with this? How are you going through all this, and how are you suffering from this when I've seen you push a whole baby out? Because that shows strength to a man, because a man could never think of doing that. But we have to, as women and men, especially the men, I'm speaking to the men, support your women after she is going through a lot. Her body goes through a lot of changes just through the pregnancy alone. You're already going through hormonal imbalances. You got to deal with how you look. You're eating different. And if you're dealing with all of this, and then on top of that, after you have a baby and you're recovering and you're going through these emotions that you never felt before, and the person that's supposed to be with you with this child is cheating on you or doing this or doing that, that's added stress. That's making you feel like you don't have anybody. That's making you feel type of feelings that you probably have never. I'm sure she probably never had any depression or suicidal thoughts. But when this brings
you really say that's doing a lot of interfering. We don't know if she suffers from.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. But for her to deal with it, and she's saying I need help.
Yeah, and we also don't know. He said he was trying to get her help in the text. She wasn't with it. She was ignoring him. He said,
well, we don't know if she was ignoring him. We don't know the space that they were in.
We know she didn't respond. We know that he said, if you don't come bring my gun back, I'm calling the police. And a lot of times in those situations, you don't know what to do. If my girlfriend just stabbed me and left the house with my baby, I'm not thinking call the police on her. I'm not calling the police on nobody black. So
we just got to pay attention to the signs before it gets to the point.
I just want to be clear on that, because people are putting stuff on DDG that don't belong on him. She's the one with the issue. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that he's going to call the police, because you don't know what you would do. Women, we just talked about Cassie last week, staying with Diddy throughout all the abuse. Why she ain't called the police? You see what I'm saying? We can't put that on him, because you don't know what to do. It's still your baby mother. It's still your girlfriend. You don't want to call the police on her. So we can't put on him, oh, he should have got her help. He should have did this. Cassie should have left Diddy then. You know what I mean? We don't know when you're in those situations how you're going to react to that stuff. So we can't put it all on her, and we can't put it all on him. But
no, I'm not saying put it on. What I'm saying is that I would just never take somebody's lowest point. I don't care where we at. I don't care if I'm mad. I'm just not going to do that, because if I know your character and I respect you, no matter what, if you cuss me out and I know your character, and if you call me, you tell me I need help, all that goes out the door, because you are telling me, you are being vulnerable to me, and even though we going through what we going through, you're telling me, listen, Jackie, I need help, and I have to be the one to, okay, I got to get all this emotion that we're dealing with right now. I need to be there for you.
You're missing a key component. When she was mudslinging and saying he did this and he did that and he cheated, he didn't respond with none of this. The only time this came out was she was trying to take the baby out of the country for 2 months. If you think this woman is trying to kill herself, she's threatening to kill your child, she's threatening to kill you, and now she's going to leave the entire country for 2 months, that's the time to go, all right, hold up now. Now we're going too far. I'm not in Italy with you. I don't know if you have another episode, what's going to happen. That's the time to bring it up. He didn't take it to the media. He took it to the court. Like, hey man, don't let her leave the country. This is what she's been.
Both took it to the court. I just think it's a lot of stuff that we don't know that's going on with them, especially with being young.
You're painting it in an inaccurate way. He's trying to protect his child. So he's like, look, we can't let her leave the country for 2 months. This is what she's been doing. I held it down. I didn't snitch. I didn't rat her out. I didn't make her look stupid in front of her fans. I didn't do none of that. I took it. The stabbing and everything. She stabbed me. Does anybody know this? No. Why?
I'm not putting blame. I'm not putting everything on any party, because I think both parties have done wrong. Both parties need to stay off the internet. Both parties and I understand. I think it's because they're young. That the social media thing is just a thing for young people, I guess. But I'm just saying it should have been dealt with privately, especially with this. This is a very touchy subject. And I just felt like they should have dealt with this privately off the internet, because now you got everybody putting their input on it, and everybody want to take sides and all this. And there is no side. There's a child side. That's the only side we're worried about.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think people losing sight of. Because they want, oh, well, he did this to Haley. He made her go crazier. Or she did this to him. And I'm like, no, the baby. How about the baby? And I don't know if the safest place is with a woman who says she's going to kill the baby. That don't sound safe to me. You know what I'm saying? I have my concern. I don't even really know who DDG the fuck is. I heard he was a rapper, and then I heard he was a streamer. I don't know who the fuck he is. And the Little Mermaid girl, I know her from her sister in the Mermaid movie. So I'm not a big fan of either one, to be totally honest. I don't follow them. They're not my demographic. They're too young for me. But I understand that there's a child, and if she's making thinly veiled threats at hurting the child, I can understand how a father would be like, yo. And what everybody tells me, the dude apparently love the baby. You always got the baby on YouTube or Instagram or something. Whatever.
Love the baby.
His baby. Their child. He's supposed to be the super loving father. So I can understand him being like, what is she going to do in 2 months out the country? I can see that being a legit concern. The judge denied it, so she does have the right to take the baby for the next 2 months. So, sending healing energy to everybody. I hope nothing happens. But what I was telling people that were like, fuck him and he cheated, I'm like, if she goes out of the country and the way you guys describe postpartum to me, and she's still suffering from that, and she hurts that baby, all y'all gonna look stupid. All y'all gonna be sitting there looking dumb as hell. Because nobody's worried about the baby. They're worried about her. They're worried about who's right between the man and the woman. They're worried about listen to all women. They're not worried about the baby. And I'm like, dog, if you really care all this shit, nothing not you, Jacq, but nothing these women are saying is about the baby. It's all about he did this to her and he just doing this because he petty and he just like, who cares what he's doing? What if it's true? And she kills that baby or harms that baby, then what? You know, all you worried about is the battle of the sexes. I'm worried about the baby.
Yeah. I'm just on the baby side because it's just disheartening that this child is and I mean he's young, so he's not, but at some point he's going to see this because everybody saves everything from the internet, and that was my concern. It's just these kids are going to see how their parents were acting 10, 20, 30 years down the line. And that's just not healthy. And I just feel like sometimes we have to use discernment and deal with things privately behind closed doors. Everything is not for the internet. Everything, especially something serious like this.
And I don't know how these poor things are getting out. I don't understand it. But matter of fact, we're gonna roll into our what the fuck story of the week because it all kind of relates, and I'll explain to you guys why it relates. But when it comes to what these kids are gonna have to see on the internet in years to come, and how damaging it's really gonna be.
It's the mayor. Stay fly. Stay high. What the fuck? You know what it is.
Me and my brother was talking this morning actually about Daphne Joy's children and Cassie's children. And when they get older, how all the court information is now on the internet. So it's not like they suppressed it. We all know what's going on with Daphne Joy saying that Diddy was having, they didn't call them freak offs, they called theirs hotel nights. He would call in male escorts to fuck her, and she was getting tired of it. And he was paying her rent. And he was threatening to not pay her rent no more if she stopped having the hotel sex on the hotel nights. And then they kind of broke up. And her grand idea to win him back was to give him an all-star hotel night freak off. He could pick any 3 men he wanted, and she would fuck all 3 of them in one night to make him happy. One, he's a weird motherfucker. If you just want all these men fucking your girl, I will never understand that. But hey, what
that's a big community though. That's a big community.
Them cucks, yeah. But the thing is like, damn, what are her children gonna think? What are Cassie's children gonna think when they read about the male escorts pissing in her mouth and like stuff that ain't our business, man. It just ain't our business, but it's gonna be those kids' business. What's junior high school gonna be like for them? If your mother was on welfare, you got teased forever. Lord, the mother was in the freak off. I can only imagine, and I don't know why all this information just comes out. Everything comes out. All the DDG, Haley Bailey stuff came out. All this Cassie, Daphne Joy, Diddy stuff came out. Whew. I don't know that I've seen enough evidence where they would convict Diddy and he could get 50 years in jail, but I've seen plenty of evidence that he is a nasty motherfucker. Diddy, like I said, the freak crown has been handed over to Diddy. None of us are worthy. He on some other shit. That girl said, I know how I can win him back. I'm going to let him pick 3 men for me to fuck in one night, and then he'll take me back. And that was like a great plan for her.
And that's traumatizing and toxic in itself that she's even thinking that way.
Right, but it worked. He's paying her rent to this day. While he's in jail, he's paying her rent. So it works. And I'm like, wow. I try not to kink shame, but that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Jesus Christ. Jacq, you. I got nothing.
I mean, I think a lot of people are just baffled because I think a lot of people did not view Diddy in this way. And I think a lot of people are learning a lot more about his personal life that they probably didn't want to know of. Because he was always pictured as just this huge mogul that changed, the history of music and contributed to music. So we didn't see the depths of this side of him. But now that people are seeing that, it's either you're on the, I mean, I'm seeing people either on the side of, no, they lying about Diddy. Diddy can, no. And other people are like, well, and other people just like, oh my God. Like, I don't even know what to say. But I think there's going to be a lot more depth to this. I think this is like what we're like, clutching our pearls at. I think there's way worse that we just probably are never going to hear.
I'm afraid you're right. Did you see that the male escort, the Punisher, I think he was called, he interviewed with Cameron? Cam is crazy.
I just, sometimes you just have to you gotta shut the fuck up. Let me just call it what it is. Sometimes it's just certain things that you just don't say, and it's just certain things that you just don't ask. Why would you want to know that? Why was that even a question? Like, why?
The question she's alluding to is when Cameron asked the Punisher, was Cassie pussy good? And I think he sidestepped that because he acted like he didn't know. But I think he just, out of respect, he just like, dog, don't ask me that one. What up, BJ?
Because for me, what's up, BJ Cool Mind Records? Because for me, we're society. We're part of the society crew, okay? And when I say that is a lot of these rappers and stuff, there were videos already roaming back then. So for you to say that, I'm sure you've already seen some videos. So you're being funny, basically, because there were a lot of videos out there back then that us as a society and us as a public have never seen it, had no knowledge of. But I did hear that there were some.
Remember 50 said he had one. He said he was on Beat Champs and somebody sent him the video and he said, I'm not going to do that. Like, I don't hate Diddy. Like, we got our competition, but I don't hate the dude. And he said he called Diddy and was like, yo, man, I got a video of your girl with a dude. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks for telling me. And now we know why she was with a dude. She wasn't cheating on Diddy. She was doing his bidding.
Exactly. And they were selling videos. I mean, come on now. They were selling videotapes back then. Video footage of all of that. So for a lot of these rappers and a lot of these people that were in the celebrity world and they're acting like they don't know or this, it's hard to believe that you want to act like you don't know anything. And I'm not saying everybody was at the party or anything like that, but what I'm saying is it's just hard to believe that a lot of these people, like this, the comment that Cameron said, like, bruh, nobody even thought about that until you said it. Like, nobody had even thought about even asking that, or like that should have never been said. But it's just like, come on, bro. Like, really, do you need that much clout and likes or to get to, like, come on. It's not that serious.
I'm gonna ask nigga questions. I'm gonna ask real nigga questions. Niggas want.
And it's just like, but you're not respecting her as a woman. She's a married woman with kids. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want somebody to do that to your sister or your mama or your girl. That's just not even a question that you would want somebody to ask. Because it's like, what is the purpose of you asking that? For what? For what?
Exactly. You ain't gonna get it. So now
exactly.
So
it's negative intentions. It's negative intentions with you doing that with a situation that's already negative. So I didn't know that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't respect him for that at all. At all.
It was bad. That wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look.
No.
You want to shout out to the Kickback doing in tonight. Every time I look up, it's a different number. So appreciate all y'all tuning in tonight, rocking with us. Because once we left Facebook, now exclusively on YouTube, it's hard as hell to get Facebook to bring their asses over. But apparently they can. So salute y'all, appreciate y'all.
Yes.
And closing out Diddy news, the young lady Daphne Joy that we spoke about, that he was paying her rent and all that. That's 50 Cent's baby mother, youngest child's mother. And he's been getting on her on social media, getting at her, called her a little pee-pee mouth.
The jokes, boy, I tell you.
But now we understand.
But we all have learned, and we all have seen in history that sometimes every man's downfall is a woman. The wrong woman.
The wrong. Say that.
Let me clarify that. The wrong woman. So we always see this. These guys are always into it, beefing, all this stuff, mainly about the wrong woman. They trusted the wrong woman, or fell in love with the wrong women, or they passing around the same women. It's just crazy because it shows that as a human race, self-discipline is very hard for people to obtain.
Yeah.
Very hard. It's very rare for people to have self-discipline. And I'm talking about, when I say self-discipline, I'm talking about you a millionaire or billionaire, you have power, you can do whatever you want. But what are you going to do with that power? Are you going to use it in a positive way, or are you going to use it in a negative way? That's the question.
Yeah. That is the question. What you gonna do with it? But what you gonna do with it? Hey, give it away now. Don't get me no free hot type of stuff, y'all. Don't get me started. Right. Yeah, let's take it back, because I did skip around a little bit because those two kind of went into each other.
Let's talk about your homies.
Oh Lord, my homies, Jesus.
My left stroke just went viral.
Our viral story of the week.
And if y'all go back, I've been saying this, if y'all go back to the old episodes, I said, remember, get your popcorn, because they are going to butt heads, and we are here now.
The girls are fighting, you guys. The girls are fighting.
They are. Dirty too.
Yeah, dirty. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have been at it in a war of words since Elon Musk stepped down as the head of Doge, based on his critique and criticism and disdain for the big, beautiful bill that the Republicans and Trump are trying to get passed. He believes it's going to bleed the working class dry. There's a part of the bill where if you make less than $30,000, you're going to get like an 80% tax increase. One of the senators said, "Is this a joke?" Like, nobody said, "Yeah, that kind of tax increase. I'm like, how much you make?" But the people that's 30,000 and less get it. And they were like, "Well, it's not going to affect everybody," because they gave some bullshit. But you're like, "No, it's right here in black and white." Like, what are y'all talking about? And that made Elon Musk, allegedly, that's the reason he stepped down. Him and Trump started doing a little light mudslinging back and forth until Elon said, "It's time to drop the big bomb. Trump is on the Epstein files. That's why they haven't been released." Oh.
Which we already knew.
But my question to Elon Musk, he was up his ass, put all that money on his campaign, and now you're mad. This is what I think.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
It's not like you. And so after you beef and you want to spill all the beans,
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
and now, you know what I'm saying, now you want to come to us. Don't believe Trump. You sound like Funk Master Flex, Elon.
He lied. Y'all need to worship him.
No, you worshiped him, Elon. You did it. You gave
This
him
is just like a bad relationship. After a bad relationship, what happens? They put they put each other's business out. They mudslinging. Now, first you was in love with the person. Now you hate them. Now they ain't shit, but they was shit when you was in love with them. Come on.
Damn, is that the theme of this episode? We got the DDG and Haley. We got the 50 and Diddy and the Daphne and the Cassie. And now we got Trump and Elon.
So I be telling y'all, for real, take care of your mental health, please. Because I'm telling you, eat the right foods, get active, and take care. Build your mental health. Because things like this, all this crashing out and stuff, when your mental is not right, you don't make the correct decisions. You don't make your peace priority, and you act out of emotions. And you see, look what's going on with everybody. It's all emotions. If you really look at everything is being because of emotions.
Absolutely. It got me sitting around Jacq going,
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
I'm just so confused by everything, but I guess it is what it is, man. It's going to be interesting to see where this Trump Elon Musk thing goes. I saw this on Brilliant Idiots, but it just made a lot of sense. And I try not to quote them because I don't really like Andrew Schultz, and I don't really watch them no more. But I happened to see a clip, so I do want to quote it because it made a lot of sense. When you're looking at Trump and Elon, it's the class of power and money. Trump is president; he has the power. Elon, 800 billion, he got the money. And they talked about an episode of Game of Thrones where Littlefinger says to Cersei, knowledge is power. And that's how you beat them, with knowledge. And she was like, Guards, walk towards Littlefinger. I want you to take your sword, put it on his neck, and slit his throat and cut his head off. And as soon as the guard was about to do it, she said, stop. And she looked at money is not power. Power is power. And I was like, oh shit, that's good. So it does not look good for Elon Musk if you subscribe to that philosophy. But damn.
I think Elon already got the ball rolling on what his own agenda is. I think he really just don't care because he's already did what he's supposed to do as far as getting his ball rolling for what he wants to do.
And that's why you don't trust nobody. Him and Elon been cool for a couple months. He done brought him into the White House, learned all the White House secrets. This fool know everything now. That's why.
He still got people in there. He still got people in there that represent him. So he still has the eyes on everything.
All 17 of his children still there.
Right. At least 7 of them in the office.
Right. Craziness, man. But
we know Trump's wife ain't in the office. We know that.
No, where's she at? She with Diddy? Where she at? The figure off? Where she at?
She's stuck with that woman does not stay in the White House. That woman ain't staying in the White House.
Berger said Putin is offered Elon asylum. I thought Putin was Trump buddy. I thought Putin and Trump was butt boys. They having they cucking. Somebody is a cuck.
Somebody watching.
Somebody's Diddy. I don't know who Diddy and who Cassie out of this pump Elon and Putin thing, but something ain't right. Something ain't right with them three. Three the hard way. Pause. Something ain't right with them. But we'll see what Russia has done because they've been involved in our elections. They've been involved in our process way more than they should have been. So
I agree with you, Big Casey. You right.
Right. Trump just want to be down. Trump want to be everybody boy. He's want to be like oh, brandy face ass.
Let's go.
Man. Now.
Listen, I got my popcorn because I know what's happening and I am enjoying it.
I just hope they don't fuck the country up behind this dumb shit. And really quick, man. I mean, yeah, but not worse. Really quick. I haven't seen too many people talking about this, so I want to talk about it because I think it's important. Man.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I will surmise my understanding of the situation. In the country of Palestine, there were the Palestinians. At some point, Jewish people were displaced from Israel and decided we're going back to our motherland, Palestine. And this is where we'll be. World War II happened. They tried to kill us. We're going back to our land. What they didn't mention was that there was somebody already living there. So that is like you leaving your childhood home for 30 years and say, I'm going back to my old house, but somebody's renting it right now. And you go into that house and you say, look, y'all, I understand you live here, but it's my old house. So I'm going to let y'all live in the attic. Now, in order to go to the store to get food, in order to go get to work, you got to come through my house, the living room. So I will let you know when you can come through my part. But you just stay up there in the attic. This is my house. And they were able to cut off food supplies for the people in the attic, meaning the Israelis were cutting off food supply for the Palestinians because they're at war. So they were cutting off supplies of food, medical attention, everything. You could not get through the house to the attic to tend to them. So Israel says, you know what, guys, we're not going to be that way anymore. Come downstairs to the front door. We'll give you food. Literally, a food pantry. Come get food. It is the Gaza food point. Come on downstairs. Come get the food. We'll let you guys eat. We know you're starving. As they get down there to get the food, Israeli soldiers just open fire on everybody that showed up for food. That's crazy, man. That's terrible. That's heartbreaking. At least 27 people were killed in line waiting to get food that they had been denied all this time. They're starving. The Red Cross shows up to give them food. They go to get it, and the Israeli military just starts shooting anybody in the food line. 27 people killed already. People do what they want. They got their side. Oh, I'm on Israel's side. Now, how could you do? Dog, if you can't see that Israel is the bad guy in this, if you can't see that they are the purveyors of genocide, then you just don't want to see it. Imagine that. You going to the churches to give away food. You go to the church to get food. The people are starving, and you're in line to get food, and they just open fire and kill everybody. After
I hope people are paying attention to this. I hope people are paying attention to this because we're not far from this. I hate to say it. We're not far from this. So, okay. I pray for everybody that had that lost somebody in that had to deal with that still experiencing that now, because that's just heartbreaking that it's getting to this point. Oh, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. But America is not far from that. It's scary.
And that's why I'm wondering what Trump and Elon got cooking. Well, Elon is out allegedly, but JD Vance ain't no better. This big beautiful bill is gonna fuck a lot of people over. Y'all voted for this dude. Y'all said it was no big deal. Now you see what we got. We need some happy music. Oh no, what my happy playlist? This is just too much, Jacq. I'm really in my feelings right now. I'm really just happy to like kind of pissed off because
it's sad.
Innocent, and these my Muslim brothers and sisters, man. And I don't like it. I don't like it. What can put a smile on my face? Let me see.
The blackness. Keep on.
I always make you feel good hearing that.
Can't play it with so much because then YouTube be trying to sue us and shit.
Right.
All right. Hope that changed the energy a little bit. God damn. Nipsey, do you have is there anybody we can celebrate, anything good we can talk about? Because god damn, Nip, they just it ain't feeling good, Nip.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, you know. So,
man, where's my round of applause? Because we got to give it up to the young sister Coco Gauff. I believe she is the first Black woman to win the French Open. She may be the first American woman to win the French Open. Let me make sure I say this correctly. Okay, well, they're not trying to show me the thing. There we go. Coco's reign at 21 years old. Tennis superstar Coco Gauff has won the 2025 French Open women's title. This marks Coco's first ever win in the prestigious tournament and the first American player to take home the title since Serena did it in 2015. Black girl
10 years.
Black girl magic.
10 years. That's what's up.
Coco up next. Coco got next. Coco got next. What's our other girl name? That was dating the rapper. And she dropped out of the tournament for mental health reasons.
Oh my gosh. That's on the tip of my tongue too.
Naomi.
What's her last name though?
Naomi Newman? Naomi Osaka?
Okay. I was about to say I thought it was something. It was something off, not in something off.
Yeah. Naomi Osaka.
Okay.
I know she's been doing her thing too. Shout out to her.
Yep, you're right, Big Casey Osaka. Yeah.
That's why I love our field correspondents. They always. I love it. When we ain't got the answers, they got the answers. Goddamn it.
Yeah, they got us.
Hold us down. And shout out to Stephen A. Smith. We know he did a $100 million deal with ESPN, but it's just been announced that he now, with a round of applause.
That's big. That's big.
That he also just signed a $25 million deal with Sirius XM for a radio show. Stephen A. Smith is cashing in. And every time I see him, he walking around, chest out, I just like, this dude, so he like that. He just so full of himself. But when you watch what he's doing, it's kind of like, should he not be?
Right.
His glow for someone else? Nah. Do your thing, Stephen A. Not my favorite, but I definitely respect the hustle. And I have his book. I need to finish his autobiography. I keep saying I'm gonna finish it. But I just finished Bill Packer's book. I think it's If Not You, Then Who. That was a really, really good one.
About check that one out.
And on your game, fighting through adversity, all the things, trials and tribulations he's been through in his career, and just overcoming the odds. You know, that's my kind of book. That's what I like to read. So I need to finish Stephen A's book as well. And we're making good time. It is now 10 minutes to the hour. So Jacq, I'm going to throw it to you for that with Jacq. Then I'm going to hit y'all with a random ass new thought. And then we're going to get the hell up out of here and let y'all go watch the NBA finals and see what the hell he going to do tonight. What the hell, Burton? What is he going to do tonight?
Well, not to bring a downer, but I want to bring awareness because we have not talked about STDs, HIV stats in a while. And for some reason, publicly, it's not a priority anymore as it used to be. I remember seeing AIDS commercials all the time when I was in high school. STDs, everything. But now I don't see a lot. So I just wanted to go over some stats of the top 5 states that have the highest HIV cases. California, of course, being number 1.
Biggest damn
state. And they have people living with HIV is 128,153. Of those living with HIV in California, the largest group is white, with Hispanic and Latino being the second. New York is second with 126,495. The largest group is Black people. Florida is the third with 110,34. And the highest group, again, Black African American. Texas, number 4, with 88,099. The highest cases are Black African American, and the second being Hispanic and Latino. And the 5th, Georgia.
Damn, I was hoping we was kill Georgia.
52,528 people living with HIV. And the majority infected are Black African American, totaling 35,974 cases. Please, please, please protect yourself. Use condoms. Don't be out here, I'm outside, we outside. No. We have to be more inside. And when I say inside, working on the inside. Seriously, y'all, like this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Like seriously, it's getting out of hand, and I'm surprised that people are not putting more emphasis on this. But please take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Black men, I know y'all hate to go to the doctor. I'm not just pinpointing y'all or anything like that, but I love my Black men. Go to the doctor. If you're highly sexually active, multiple partners, men and women, just whatever, go to the doctor. Know your stats. Protect yourself. Don't be all outside with these people because everybody's not going to show you their stats. Everybody's not going to want to talk about their stats, and everybody don't know their stats. So please protect yourself. I know we've heard this time and time again. I heard it all throughout high school, even in my adult life. But right now, it is very imperative that you take care of yourself. Please, please, people do. Please, please, please. If you haven't got yourself checked out, go get checked out just to know your stats, please.
Absolutely. Well, if y'all listening, that's real talk. And just because you in Idaho don't think you safe, it don't discriminate. It's like the COVID. It is everywhere. So
yeah,
be careful for sure.
Yes.
And as I want to hit you guys with my random ass new thought, my rant of the week. There is a notion, I'm gonna say a misnomer, that if you haven't done something, you can't speak on something. Like I've seen people raise horrible children that have been nothing but delinquents and a burden on society. And say, because I don't have children, I can't speak on raising kids. Actually, ma'am, you can't speak on raising kids because what the fuck were you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
Your antennas.
Yeah, exactly. You're the one we should not listen to. There's the thing, like I mentioned earlier with postpartum. If you don't ever been through postpartum, you can't speak on it. Well, actually, I can. If I educate myself on it, I can speak on it. Because I'm a man doesn't mean I can't speak. I've never cooked Italian dinner. Doesn't mean I can't tell you how I like my Italian food to taste. It's the notion that if you haven't done this, you can't speak on it. I have never been a millionaire, but I can tell you quite a few things about money. Before I started a podcast, I never had a podcast, but I knew a couple of things you should do. You should engage your audience. You should come up with interesting topics that have replay value. You should have a good host you can banter with and go back and forth with. Never had a podcast before. I just knew that shit. So this notion that if you haven't done exactly what you're speaking on and you can't speak on it, it's just ignorance. And it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out when people, when they don't have a good argument or they don't want to get into too much of a debate. Oh, you didn't do it, don't speak on it. Actually, I'm going to speak on it. The people calling the NBA Finals game tonight, 2 of the 3 never even played basketball. 2 of the head coaches, I think only 1 played basketball. So you can talk about things like we've never been to a Diddy freak off. You certainly say he ain't talked about it. So let's get rid of that. That's one of them things that just grind my gears. And usually I've done what I speak of, so it doesn't always apply to me. Whenever I hear that being used, it just sounds like a cop out. So let's cop that cop out.
I like that.
Thank you, Jacq. Thank you.
Because that is always a teaching. That's where you can be taught and you can learn some things. Because just because you don't know about something and you speak on it, at least you're speaking on what you think that your perspective and what you interpret about that. So if somebody gives you another piece to it that can help you catapult or elevate, why not? I mean, we don't learn unless we all did not just come on this earth and know everything. We learn.
Maybe the only one that came in knowing everything, but most people don't.
And you know what? You learn. What do they always say? You learn from your mistakes, and you learn from a debate. Just because I grew up a certain way, somebody tells me, "Well, this is how I grew up," and what we did, and I might be like, "Oh, well, I didn't grow up that way, but I actually like that." So, I mean, you can always pull and learn from people, and you have to be teachable at all levels of your life. You have to be. If not, you're not going to grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree, New. I agree with you, New.
There it is. Like Kickbackers, I definitely appreciate you guys showing your support on YouTube today. It has been a challenge to get you guys over to YouTube, but you guys came and showed the fuck out. Round of applause for the Kickbackers on YouTube, goddammit.
I always have faith. It takes a little time. It's just a transition.
I definitely appreciate you guys. We try to give you food for thought every week and then let you do the dishes. And on that note, we will end our favorite game of Uno with a draw four, skip you, draw 2, wild card. The color is red.
Ooh, yes, use a wild card in a long time.
Red draw 2, Uno, we out. Y'all have a great motherfucking week, man.